What is up, you guys? Wow. I don't know where to start. I don't know what I'm doing. You are legit tuning into the first ever We Thrive Society podcast episode. Like episode 1. Like, what have you ever started on episode 1 in 2021 except for like a Netflix show? Not a lot, right? Like, I feel like to start at the very beginning, if you're listening, that means you're here for it and you're going to be along for this journey from the start. Well, let me introduce myself in case you don't know, like, how awesome we are. Okay. Just kidding. My name is Jenny Sanchez, and I am one of the co-founders of We Thrive Society.
The other co-founder is Erika Sanchez, not Sanchez for long.
Wait, are you talking in third person about yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do that very often,
do that sometimes?
actually.
Okay, keep going.
So, Jenny and I are sisters.
We are, by marriage.
By marriage.
I'm married to her brother. It's the situation.
And I guess we can just jump into why we started this.
Yeah, what's interesting is, so Eric and I have obviously known each other for years, and we have so many side conversations about so much of what we're bringing into We Thrive. And so we were like, why do we keep on having these conversations on the side? Why not bring our expertise and skill sets together? And that's kind of how we became co-founders. Her expertise lying in like all the operational planning and execution.
I was an executive assistant at a healthcare system for about 3 years. But I also just love curating events. Like,
oh, girl.
Every birthday has to be
literally. If it's a Sanchez event and Erica's not behind it, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. And then, you know, of course, you guys maybe or maybe don't know my story, but a bit about my background is I started in corporate America for years, and from there, you know, started a brick and mortar by the name of Dance House Fitness, which is a fitness studio boutique, and went on to create a consulting firm, and now we're here. And we will definitely go more into who we are and our story and things like that, but we just wanted to give you guys a quick introduction on what you're even doing here. And hopefully you're like, okay, this sounds kind of cute and fun and educational, but of course. But on the real, it's gonna be a lot of deep conversations. It's gonna be a lot of super authentic conversations. It's going to be conversations that I think if you guys have ever been in touch with Erica and I, we keep it real.
Yep. My friends say I'm really harsh, so.
I don't think you're harsh. I think you just say it how it is, which is what I love so much about you. But what is We Thrive Society? What is it, Erica, to you? And then I'll kick it off. And we have something fun planned for you guys tonight. When are you listening? I don't freaking know.
So We Thrive for me, when we came up with the concept, to me it meant a lot because I felt like I was one of those women who were looking for a space to be. I know we see that you're gonna say this a lot, but to be seen and heard.
Yeah, but that's part of our mantra. It's part of our pillars. Is the seen and heard thing is so valid.
Yeah. And so in the place that I'm at in my life, you know, I have my friends from childhood, I have my friends from college, and then you have the people who you spend 9 hours a day with at work. Mm-hmm. But you don't particularly like sharing everything in your life with those people. Like, they're very important to you. But I feel like I was looking for somewhere where someone didn't know me already.
100%.
Like a brand new space where I can share my truth now.
Yeah.
And kind of just get feedback and have
growth
someone,
opportunities.
Someone, I feel like you are so good at motivating and elevating people. And so when I came to you for our one-on-one session, like, that's what I was looking for. Like, I needed someone from the outside looking in.
Yeah. It's so funny because I find it's 100% in tune with that. Like, it's harder for me to share my successes and things that are happening in my life with people closest to me. Like, I could tell a stranger my whole life story.
Yeah,
and
it's so easy.
And have a stranger tell me their whole life story. But if for some reason, I think it's just like this internal, oh my, oh my, oh my. She's sipping some Wino if you can't see the video. She said she got thirsty. It's just, yeah. And so I think when we came together about our idea on what We Thrive Society is going to be is a true space, like a really, really, really authentic space for women to start being present in where they are in life and being able to connect with other women through the journey. Mm-hmm. And so I know it's easier said than done, but like, especially where I am in my life, it's hard to coordinate schedules. It's,
and then feeling bad when you're letting your really close friends down, like.
But you know what? You're not letting, in my opinion, see, we go and differ on this, because in my opinion, you're not letting anyone down by doing what you need to do to feel your best self. And one thing we'll definitely talk about on the podcast a lot is relationships, things that change in friendship. I know you and I have talked about that a lot. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about wellness, womanhood. I mean, you can expect a lot of amazing conversations, candid conversations, amazing guests. We Thrive Society, in my opinion, is unique because, right? Like, here's my opportunity to tell you guys, why are we different from any other woman empowerment group, than any other retreat out there? And I think what it is that we are not above anyone, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not here telling you how to live your life and do your life because I feel like I am the expert, which I feel like these days everyone thinks they're a fucking expert. And I'm like, bitch, sit this fuck down. We all have lived some life, okay? So instead of me trying to, as a We Thrive Society community, instead of me trying to like tell you how to live your life,
like preaching
to you, or thinking that I have the experience to like tell you what's right for you, that is not what you're going to get here. You're going to get an opportunity to hear from women, different stories, learn what works for you, feel relatability, feel like you're not alone. I know you've talked about that a lot. And also be able to hopefully come into some of our experiences that we're throwing with like our first retreat and everything, and build up on those relationships rather than just like hearing about them. Because I think this day and age, there's so much about you should do this and this is how you get to point A, but there's no action.
Yeah, so like they give you this book.
Yeah.
Like I try to jumpstart my journey with like following this planner, right? Like I went to Barnes and Noble and I really thought about which one I was going to get. And actually it helped a lot.
Yeah, 100%. There are a lot of tools out there such as that can help. 100%.
I think it's different when you're sitting there and writing it on your own, and when you're able to share the actions you're taking with other people and like you're getting that positive reinforcement.
The biggest feedback I've heard from a lot of women is like, yes, it's one thing to like, be inspired by someone, but tell me what actions I can tell. Show me the path to getting to the next step, rather than just being like, hey girl, CEO, and then like, okay, but like, how did I get there? What do I do? And what are the actions that I can implement? So that's what you're going to get here. You're going to get skills and tools to be in your journey where you are and continue moving past those stuck points, alone points, building relationships. I mean, I'm like so excited I can't even function, honestly. I'm also like
for a minute.
Literally, if you guys knew how much behind the scenes work has been going on, I couldn't even tell you.
I think I spent like an hour on this backdrop.
Y'all, let me tell you something. Okay, these are some cute scarves. Okay, we did not plan it. This is going to get cuter, but this is our first one.
Yeah.
And if you're just listening, we like threw up some like really cute, like a cute background, but it's a scarf. It's Salvadora's 3 scarves. yeah, I'm excited to share with you guys. I think on the next episode we'll definitely share more about who we are, because I think it has a lot to do with the buy-in of why We Thrive Society is so values. We really truly value inclusivity, because we ourselves have a lot to share in that department. So without further ado, I think just to hop into it, should we tell them what fun thing we decided to do today?
So
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared.
So, I thought it'd be a good idea if we just picked 3 random questions from this little bag that I found.
So if you can't see, we have this little bag. We put all these like random questions in, and we are going to, at random, I guess, let's pick like 3 each. And we're going to answer them. We have no idea what these questions are.
Well, I do, but they're not in any particular order.
I don't remember. Or I think I read them over and I was like, I don't know.
Okay, so.
All right, am I going first?
You're first.
Okay. Oh, right on top. Okay, so the first question says, this is actually a fun one. What is the last show you binge watched? The last show I binge watched was, what is that? That hot something on Netflix? Oh my God.
I should know this.
It's not Love Island. It's, there's another one.
Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle, y'all. I don't even watch TV, and your girl got, it felt good to just hear random people talking about it. Was, honestly, that show is.
It's too much.
It's literally too much to
handle. I downloaded it to watch it on a flight back. Yeah. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah, it's
people
a lot.
around me is gonna think I'm watching a porno or something.
No, but then they also can't do anything, so it was weird. I don't know, but that was my last one, so that's embarrassing. Why couldn't it be something like inspiring?
Because it's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
Oh, this is another fun one. Okay, we got some fun ones. The other ones are a little bit more in depth. But what's your favorite YouTube channel? Michael will love me for this, but you know that Michael, myself, and Carlos are all kind of obsessed with like Max Tuning's channel. Yeah. So that's it. He's the only one that I'll like watch all the way through. He's funny. Yeah, he's a Houston guy. He started Sour Strips. Right? They're delicious candies, and he's pretty cute. If you're single out there, you should follow him. Shout out to him. Yeah, he's always talking about how. You can tell him he was on our podcast, our first one ever. I'll tag him. Okay. So, who has been the most important person in your life? Can you tell me about them? This is so hard. I know you have a lot of important people. I feel like I've also I have important people based on where I am in life. Like, if you asked me right this second, I'd say Ezra. Yeah. Ezra is my almost 1-year-old son, which, how can you even decide that? But I feel like it has to be him. It is. Ezra Enrique Sanchez is my almost 1-year-old son, and he is truly the most important person in my life because, one, he was physically a part of me, which is just the most inspiring thing I've ever gone through. But he also has taught me so much about what I am capable of as a woman than I think that I have ever. I mean, I've always been so inspired by women, but now that I am a mother, it just has brought this new level. I mean, if I could tell you something about him, is that he, even at this young age, his curiosity inspires the shit out of me. Like, just knowing that everything he sees and touches and does, it's like the beauty of him almost seeing life for the first time. Like, it's just, it puts so many things in perspective that we take for granted. I mean, he can't even, like, it's just, it's wild. But yes, Ezra is my most important person in my life right now. Sorry, you had to pick only one. I know, but also, like, I can't even. It's hard, but that's my person for sure. Okay. Please don't get a hard one. Ooh. What is it? What does your future hold? That's a good one. This is, I struggle with this. I know, that's why these are hard, and we're supposed to be bringing out the truths, honey. I can't answer. Okay. This is something I work on. What does my future hold? Well, most importantly, I think, more time with my family. You know how important my family is to me. Just the quick, easy things, right? Like, I'm going to get married. I plan to have a family. But in terms of my future, I feel like I've always shared this with you, struggled with plan A and plan B. Like, I feel like I've always needed a plan B, aka like my corporate job, I feel like is my plan B. Just because I come from an entrepreneurial background.
And we will get really into that soon,
So that's something my whole family, they own businesses, and I want that for myself. Like, I think I can do this. I know, but...
Are you nervous going into this? This is a pop question of your normal question.
I wouldn't say I'm...
Yeah, okay.
I'm not, like, 100% nervous, but that's because I feel like I trust you.
Yeah, and girl, for sure.
I think I don't have a doubt. Like, I just have it's really weird. But, like, you're always like, I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm not. I totally think that you're going to...
It's not that I'm nervous, but now that I've had so many businesses and seen so many things happen in business, I am cautiously optimistic before I'm like, this is going to pop off. And I think that's just a good way to live in general because it keeps you humble, keeps you working hard. I never want to get to a place in my life where I'm just like, it's easy. Yeah. Like, that doesn't excite me. Easy is not exciting to me. For me, the more the challenge, the more I'm learning, the more I'm pushed, the more I feel like, wow, like this is meaningful. And the harder it is, which I feel like this society that we're creating, it's not going to be easy because we are going to be running into difficult conversations and bringing up difficult things in our lives. But I also think the amount of people that can relate is going to be unmatched.
Right.
What else? Future.
Okay, so I'll just tell you my plan A and my plan B because I'm going to follow both of those plans until the other one doesn't work out.
I think that's totally valid.
So in corporate life, like I'm back in school,
just getting my
master's, and I'll be done in December. And then I hope to one day be a COO of a hospital. Yeah. If that doesn't work out, well, that's my plan B. So my plan A is to own my own business. Yeah. And to just rock the female boss lady thing. I know. We are.
I know.
I'm the
COO. Well, I'm confused because that's not really future. That's present, baby.
I know.
Isn't it interesting? Yes. And that was what I was going to point out. I feel like as women, we are so quick to put things, like, not celebrate things. We forget to, like, literally celebrate victories. We're just like, it's not a thing. I'm like, no, you just crushed that. Yeah. And then to recognize where we are in our life and what we are doing. Like, you are COO of We Thrive Society. Yeah. That's a thing. This is real now. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is going live and people are going to be like, ooh, bitch, this is her. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's good, crazy. Girl. It is. Yeah. I want to go deeper.
Go deep in there.
Yeah. When did you first feel like an adult?
Oh, man, baby. I'm tired of feeling like an adult.
To be quite honest, a very young age.
Yeah, you started young.
Like, people don't know my whole story, but we'll go into that. But the short synopsis is, I am an immigrant. My family came here to the U.S. from Russia when I was 2 years old. And, I mean, really, really, really hard start to life in America. We had a host family, and we'll get into that more later. But my parents worked full time. I am an only child. And so, I mean, truly I was packing my own lunches, making my own bed, and setting my own rules. Yeah, like when I was like in elementary school.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I had a lot of structure in my life growing up. Have you met my mom? What you mean?
No, I'm saying I didn't realize both your parents, like you had, I mean, my parents did all that, but my mom still like packed my lunch.
No, I started doing everything. And I honestly think the independence that I gained from a very young age, I mean, I grew up fast. Like,
This is why you're so confident in your abilities.
I think that I just recognize that if I'm not waiting for someone to do something for me ever in my life, mostly because my whole life I had to like figure things out on my own.
That's so wild.
Because I didn't really have my parents there all the time because they were like hardworking, trying to make a living, trying to build a future for our family in America. And so I didn't have like a sibling to rely on. I mean, I had friends, of course, but my parents valued education. Like I was the kid that like had to make straight A's. Like I had a lot of structure in my life, and so for that reason, the expectations that I had in myself, which I think come with being an adult and the responsibility, hit me harder at a younger age. But I think I would say where I was like on my own.
Yeah, like tell me like your adult version.
I would say my junior year of college, I got my offer for my corporate job. I mean, I got an offer letter as a junior. I'm 21 with a 6-figure offer for the biggest oil and gas corporation in the world or in the US, because I think Gazprom might be bigger, but for ExxonMobil. And at that moment I was like, holy shit, like I'm legit taking care of myself.
That's wild.
Financially, which I think financially that also triggers the adulthood, right? When you can only rely on yourself and you're taking care of yourself from start to finish, that for me was a moment for sure. That's crazy.
Even then, I feel like that's still super young.
It is.
I know.
I mean, I lived by myself. Young. I moved out of the second. Like, I didn't move back in with my parents after college. Like, I went straight into my own apartment. Like, I did all of that.
We were so babied.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like an adult until Latin Michael culture. Brooks came, swept me off my feet.
Literally,
like,
that's
I had
not
to
me.
quit my job working for my dad because even then I wasn't an adult.
No, yeah. It's wild. Differences.
I wouldn't have been an adult until
And listen, there's nothing wrong with staying at home for a while. There is nothing wrong with figuring out what's right. I think people put this pressure that like, you know, you have to do certain things, which I think will be a great podcast, certain things at a certain time frame, society norms.
Yeah.
But like, that's not a thing, especially for women. Mm-mm. If you're out there and you're like, I'm still living with my parents, I don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever your thing is, bitch, I don't fucking care. And you're like, how am I here? It's okay.
I can think of 2 people off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Gary Vee, which talks about how he was 32 and stocking liquor
100%
shelves.
100%.
But also, most recently, Julia Hart, who didn't start until she was like 40.
That that was what I binged recently.
So good.
I fucked up. That is what I just binged. I knew I binged something.
Like,
that is, and being Jewish, which we'll also talk about all those things, like, I felt that.
It's wild.
I mean, it's just crazy how it's just wild. Okay, you're up.
Okay. Not such a deep one this time. Oh, it's blank. Okay.
Tell us your life story. It's funny.
I'm shaking in my boots. What's your best tip?
Your tip?
For keeping productive.
That's a good one. I feel like that's really good for who you are in your role now, like project management, all these things.
Dude, I am just, everybody's faking it until they make it. And that's 100%. Something that I learned, that I'm learning really quickly, moving from like being a supportive role, like an executive assistant, to moving into what I call a big girl job.
Yeah.
Everyone's faking it till you make it. Being productive changes for me on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like,
some days are not
Some days are not productive. Some days are.
Yeah.
But the way that I found, for me, it's been easiest because I'm full-time working and school.
Totally.
Is mapping out my week. Like, that is, if you talked to me 5 years ago, and I never thought I'd be saying that. I hate planning. And now I plan for a living. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
So I try to plan out my week. And in my head, I know what's coming up, so I don't feel like constantly like, oh no, like, I don't like being late on things.
Yeah.
And I started using whatever tool I could find.
Sure.
Like, you saw that I was trying to get us into Asana,
I use Asana, yep. Mm-hmm.
Asana, but then I'll use like OneNote. Like, it just changes on an everyday basis. It's whatever like I feel is gonna work for me that day.
Yeah, and I think you
because I also get bored.
Yeah, and I think you along the way you also learn like, okay, all that bullshit that they're talking about that makes you productive, that shit doesn't work for me. And so I think the tip is truly find what works for you and stick to it, because that's the only way that you thrive. See what I did there?
But also don't close yourself off to trying new things, because earlier this week I had to teach myself how to use Office Planner because you know, we work for such a large healthcare system, we can't use Asana like I wanted to because of confidentiality reasons.
Sure, it has to be in-house.
And so the whole day I spent trying to find a way not to have to use Planner because I didn't want to teach myself how to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. And then finally I was like, you don't have a choice, you have to teach yourself how to do this. And it was like, you know, you just put like a block for yourself.
Yeah.
And it was making me angry. It's easier to say, why are you getting mad? Just teach yourself how to use it.
It's easier to not try something than to try something, feel like you're failing, and then keep trying and feel like you're failing until you fucking figure it out.
Nobody likes hard stuff. And in my head, when I opened it, I was like, this is going to be so hard.
My number one pet peeve ever is people that don't like to work. I can't stand
I love to work.
No, not you.
I know, but in that moment, I didn't want to.
Like, for example, the other day, I walked into the bank. You saw me. I was starting to fume out of my freaking ears, and I was trying to be polite. I get it. Maybe you don't like your job. Like, I get that. But, like, if you're there, like, you know,
just
do your job.
It.
Yeah. All right. So, my next one is, like, I don't like this question. This is not valid for my lifestyle. Okay, so, and I'll tell you why. When was the last time you turned off your phone or left it at home? So, one, like, I can't tell you never. But two, I run a lot of my business off my phone. Like, I manage a lot of my business. I'm always on the go and on my phone. The best way to reach me is phone call. Like, I appreciate emails. I will get back to you. But, like, when you're running multiple businesses and have so much going on, not to mention I am a mom now and I'm always checking on Ezzy, I just...
Yeah. You're only going to be present during a call.
But I really want to add to that, because I think with our first retreat, this gave me a great idea that we do have like a phone put away policy drop for like some of our more intimate sessions and like workshops, because I do believe that it is a distraction. I will agree to that. Like, I think that being on our phones and the way our society is now, everything is social. And yes, of course, I'm running my business socially, but it's like, I can't just sit on my phone all day. I don't know. It's weird. So I think that's a good idea. And I think that's a really good conversation for a longer podcast, is the disconnect situation that we're all freaking having.
It happens to all of us.
And some people really do I know several people that do an amazing job of really disconnecting and getting away, but I don't feel like they have the same demand in needing to be present with their phone as some of us do.
Yeah, but you could just say, well, my office hours are from Monday to Friday.
Oh, girl, we gotta talk about boundaries.
No.
I got no boundaries.
I know.
I'm like, call me at 10, I'm available.
You're wild. Clients. I think that was 3 and 3.
Was that? Okay. Yeah. All right, so listen. That was fun. Let's just do one more.
Okay.
That's fun. One more. And then I want to give them a little scoop about...
I don't want to get hit with one that's like...
I want to... What? It's a good one, huh? Just go for it.
What would you like to be known for? I hate future questions.
I feel like this is a great opportunity for you to be challenged, bitch. Let's go.
What would you like to be known for?
What would you... Everybody knows this. Come on. What do you want to be known for? Be real.
Okay. The Juan Sanchez of me wants to say being successful, because I want to be successful.
I love that. That's my father-in-law, her dad.
But I also want to be a good person.
Do you not feel like you're a good person?
You know what? I've been told.
Who the fuck tells you these things? I'm done with them.
I don't think it's like someone's ever told me before, but I've heard things that people have said about me. That they don't think that I'm a good person.
Who?
It's dumb.
We can talk about that later.
I know, but ever since like I heard that, I was like, man, am I really a bad person?
I think, I will tell you this. I feel like I'm a very good judge of character. I think you're a phenomenal person. And I'm not just saying that because you're my sister-in-law and we've known each other for years. I don't know what do you consider a good person? That's a good thing to say. What do you consider a good person? When I consider a good person, honest, you're very honest, loyal, that shit is so real for you. Mm-hmm. And shows up for others, kindness, treats others with respect, no matter who they are or what their background is. In my eyes, those are the categories of a good person. Do you feel like you abide by those? Mm-hmm. Then whoever said that, people like to talk, and we'll get into that too. See, this podcast is just starting.
Where are we at?
Honey, oh my God, I feel like I could, this is my long lost cause. Like, I've been needing to podcast, because I can talk about what I feel and really allow people to hear some truths better than I can write. Like, I tried that blogging thing for a cute second when I first started the Fatista. If you've been following me forever, it's just hard for me to write. And I actually do want to write a book, but I want to like audio it first and then have it what's that word? Not scripted. Typed. Manuscripted. I don't know. There's like people, those are their skill sets as they listen and they scribe. They're scribes. So, but that's what a good person is. So I'm really not happy about that someone said that, because that's just rude. People are mean. All right, let's go on.
I think I show up for the people. I don't know. I just feel like with time,
your circle gets smaller.
My circle I give myself like guilt about it.
No, but here's the thing. I have a very large circle, okay? But I have a very small inner circle, if that makes sense. Like, I am going to show kindness. I'm a business owner. I intertwine with a lot of different people, but I don't think there's anything wrong with trusting, showing up for people that show up for you, and that might be a smaller circle, period. All right, this is a fun one. This will be our last one. If you had to create a slogan for your life, what would it be?
You're good at those.
But, like, there's so much I could feel like I could say. Okay, a slogan for my life. Give me 1 second, because I feel so much. I would say your potential exceeds your expectation. Wow! Can we take a note? Whoa, that was so good. Because I truly believe that. Like, your potential exceeds your expectation, because we expect one thing of ourselves and we tend to sometimes stop there.
Yeah, we put up that block.
We put up the block, or we're like, okay, I reached it. But where is it? Where do we draw the line to our potential?
You shouldn't.
Wow. That's a fucking mic podcast drop.
It is.
I don't know how to act now. I straight up just came up with that from the heart. That's why I'm loving this already. This is episode 1, but I can already tell I'm going to love this so much because I like to candidly have real conversations. I like to learn from others, which we're going to bring in a lot of amazing, badass women, movers and shakers, in all different facets. And yeah, I'm really excited to be on this journey with you.
Yeah, we could talk for hours.
I know. Here's the deal. I do want to wrap up a bit more about what We Thrive Society you can expect coming up. So here's our podcast, right? Because our 3 pillars are what?
We empower.
Bow.
We educate.
Bow. Bow.
We give you the best experiences you've ever had.
Bow. 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 Bow.
Triple E's.
Triple E's. We really were for a long time trying to navigate what the 3 pillars were going to be. And those were the 3 that we kept on landing on. So under educate, is our podcast. And so we're gonna be bringing in people, specifically women, to talk about all different things. I mean, I want to get into the gritty. I want to get into the ugly. I want to get into the beautiful. I want to get into the real life shit that I know there's so many people out there talking, but we're beyond talk. For us, it's really action that is going to set us apart, specifically with our first retreat that is coming up. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. It's going to be September 26th, 27th, 28th at the Frenchy Boutique Hotel in Round Top, Texas. If you're not from Texas, I already have someone that's coming like from a different state, which is wild.
That's wild.
Tickets
and we haven't even launched.
We haven't even launched. We've sold 5 spots. It's just crazy, but we are officially launching, so they're listening to this launch. But it's launch day, actually. Holy shit. It's launch day. I'm really, really, really want to say first and foremost, like, thank you for tuning in. Is that so silly to say? But like the fact that we're speaking and somebody is listening is mind blowing to me. So,
but not just that. I hope that, I know today was like get to know each other, but I hope that the conversations that we're gonna have in the future, like, actually make a difference.
Yes, impact, difference and impact in your life. I mean, the next one, I think Erica and I should talk about like who we are in general, like our upbringing and our past and our present and our future.
Why we are the way we are.
Yeah, why we are the way we are, because I think it's really going to allow you guys to understand like how we've gotten to this point in our lives. I'm 32, you're 30.
Yeah, I turned 30 in
oh yeah, that's right. September is your 30th. Holy shit. I'm about to turn 32 in February, but this was our first ever episode, first ever podcast. This has kind of been a goal of mine for freaking forever. So
you're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've recorded. I've been like a guest on a lot of podcasts, but this has been in the making for a while for me, you know. But I think being able to co-host it and then have other, you know, sometimes you're hosting, maybe sometimes I'm hosting, maybe I'm alone sometimes, whatever. It's gonna be real fire.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a journey, baby.
Holy shit.
I know. Just
cheers.
Take a second.
Should we click into the mic? Click, click.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved. Wow. Again, thanks for like getting to know us really quickly. I mean, this was a pretty short and sweet one. We appreciate you guys, and welcome to the We Thrive Society, you know, family, squad, community, connection, all of it.
Come to a retreat.
Yeah, come to our retreat. Our membership platform is launching soon. We've got a lot of things in the works. So we've got some amazing apparel coming, which will be amazing. So we look forward to it, you guys. And wherever you're tuning in from, we welcome you.
Keep thriving.
Keep thriving. Boo. That's a wrap. Bye.
Bye.